Democracy may be returning to Canterbury's regional council elections this year, but now there are accusations the system has already been rigged. Regional councillors were sacked in 2010 by a government keen to implement rules that opened the way for widespread irrigation and intensive farming on the Canterbury Plains. Many of you will remember this at the time. Our Christchurch local government reporter Conan Young looks at whether there's any chance of a change of direction for the council this year, or if it will be more of a case of business with a twist, but as usual.
While the government has decided to trust Canterburyans to vote for their own regional councillors this year, it hasn't totally relinquished its grip and is keeping 6 appointed commissioners to sit alongside 7 elected representatives. Clean water champion and long-time thorn in the side of both the government and council, Sam Mann, says the idea of a partial return to democracy is ridiculous.
I mean, it's an oxymoron. You can't have a partial democracy. It's like being partially pregnant. It's impossible. But by offering that, a little bit of a vote to the people of Canterbury is trying to placate them a little bit, but the agenda doesn't change.
Labour's Canterbury spokesperson Megan Woods is accusing the government of rigging the election to favour a greater number of pro-intensive farming, pro-irrigation candidates. She says it's done this by creating 3 rural wards to sit alongside just 4 councillors representing Christchurch City.
If you are a voter in Christchurch, you'll count votes significantly less than someone who votes in one of the rural constituencies. I think it's 91,000 people per elected councillor in Christchurch versus 50-odd thousand in some of the rural seats. So there really is a gerrymander around trying to stop the pro-water candidates getting around the table.
So just how much choice do those wanting a Green candidate have in Canterbury? Well, outside of Christchurch, not much. In North Canterbury, dairy farmer Claire Mackay is up against real estate agent Bill Dowell, while in Mid-Canterbury, the frontrunner is another dairy farmer, John Sunkel. In South Canterbury, your only option is Peter Scott. The former irrigation company boss is standing unopposed, but insists maintaining drinking water quality is at the top of his agenda.
I mean, that's a highly emotive situation that's happening in Havelock North. But I think with our land and water plan, one of the targets that we have is to attain good drinking water standards for communities. And I think that most of our communities have got good drinking water at the moment.
Sam Mann says most potential candidates have seen the extent to which the system is rigged and decided there's no point in standing.
I worry that people will lose faith in the fact that their vote can actually cause a change. And this is what is paradoxical about the ECAN thing. Of course, their vote there will not cause a change, and just goes to reinforce the fact that, especially for young people who haven't lived through the 70s and haven't seen what can be done, they think it's a waste of time.
The Green MP, Eugenie Sage, was one of the councillors sacked by the government in 2010. She says it's hard to tell if more candidates would have put their names forward in the rural wards if the Havelock North water crisis was known about at the time nominations were being called. She says it's a shame those worried about events further north won't have the chance to vote for somebody representing their interests in Canterbury this time around.
There's huge concern in Canterbury and elsewhere about the impacts of intensive agriculture on groundwater, on our rivers, and that we're seeing nitrate levels increasing, and then this gastric outbreak in Hawke's Bay, problems in Pahiatua, we've had problems in Darfield and Springston. People want that basic right of being able to drink clean water.
Eugenie Sage says government promises of a full return to democracy come the 2019 elections can't be believed.
The Minister, Nick Smith, promised that we would have a fully elected council in 2013. That promise was broken. We only have a half-pie one, so have no confidence that we'll get a fully elected one in 2019.
For his part, the Environment Minister, Nick Smith, says it's too soon for a return to a fully elected council.
What the government wants to ensure is that the good progress that's been approved in water management in Canterbury over the last 6 years is maintained. It's going to ensure there is continuity with the continuance of the number of existing commissioners so that we can keep this organisation on task in improving freshwater management in Canterbury.
Voting packs will be mailed out around the country from the end of next week, and the results for most council elections declared on October the 8th. In Ōtautahi for Checkpoint, ko Conan Young tēnei.